Hey guys, so I have some time before I go into my event tonight, and I thought it would be a good time to do a video on a little bit about Orgonite. Orgonite is like the pendants that I make. So what Orgonite is it is the combination of copper, quartz, and resin. So when these components are put together and the resin cures, when resin cures, it hardens and shrinks. So it puts pressure onto the quartz crystal, and quartz crystals in general, have piezoelectric properties in them. So they have the ability to generate electricity. They're in your cell phone, they're in watches, they're in a whole bunch of things, and they do really magical things. So, as you can see, there's some crystals in there, and all the little shavings are a combination of copper and brass shavings that I use in mine. I also, you can see there's like some black stones in there. The black stones are shungite. Shungite is a natural EMF blocker, so it's going to transmute the frequencies from cell phones and Wi-Fi routers down to a safe range, so those waves don't affect you in a negative way. There's a lot of symptoms that you could look up online where people are starting to record and pay attention to, because we really haven't done any like actual studies on the effects of electromagnetic frequencies for I believe the last time I looked it was 20 years, which is crazy. They are discovering that bees are dropping and dying around the areas where the 5G towers are. So I do believe that this is something that we need to be very, very mindful of and aware of what we are asking for as a collective, if we're continually asking for more and faster internet and all of these things, we have to at least be mindful of the consequences of what that means, and we have to bring awareness to what is actually going on behind the scenes, because we really don't know. And so some of the things that Orgonite also helps with is your general aura and energy field around you. We have a measurable aura around our bodies, and Orgonite can help balance your energies. It can also help with sleep. Orgonite is really good for plants. And there's a lot of studies that they're starting to do to actually show how and why. The way I describe it is it kind of acts like a torus field. So between the organic and non-organic materials, they both attract and repel energies. So orgon is a form of subtle energy, just like chi, prana, life force energy. Orgonite is the combination to create a orgon accumulator in a way. So this pulls in and stores and expels the energy. So it will balance the energies down to a neutral state. So kind of like a clean slate. And that's the job of the crystals. So shungite's in there as well. Like I said, that never needs cleared or cleansed. So that's also going to help to balance the other crystal, the crystals that are in there. I mean, I use clear quartz in all of them. Some of them I add additional crystals to. People will do certain coils and coiling into the orgon pyramids that help to distribute energy more effectively as well. That's something that I haven't dove into necessarily yet, but I plan to in the future, which I'm excited to learn more about. I actually want to start making my pieces a little bit bigger as well, and just learning more ways that I can create them to be more effective and helpful. Another thing that helps with the Orgonite as well is the symbols. The symbols alone on the Orgonite, it's going to amplify the energy from the pendant. These symbols have sacred meaning. one of them that's really, really important, like this isn't my piece, but is beautiful. This is a beautiful mala that I received. This is the Flower Life. This pattern is found in over 19 different countries, deeply engraved into stone, burned into stone. It's been found in crop circles. It's found on art all over. Like there's different like variations that they're getting for the times. Like one of the oldest is the Temple of Osiris in Abydos, Egypt, and that is dating around 6,000 years old. And in order to draw this symbol, you have to have like super, super crazy precision. You need a compass and a ruler, and you have to have like each circle has to be perfect and in the perfect like spot on it for it to actually create the Flower Life. And there's a whole bunch of different other symbols and powerful images found within that. Are 5 platonic solids, which are huge, are all found within Metatron's cube, which is found out of the Flower Life. And our harmonic scale through music is found out of the Flower Life. A lot of the mathematics that we use are found within the Flower Life, especially the Vesica Pisces, which that is the second stage. There's like a stage process of, it's called the Genesis pattern, which is also known as the Seed of Life. So that starts as the first circle, and then it goes out into the second circle. And I know this isn't going to really look like that, but that's going to show like a lot of the mathematics are found within that image. I'm absorbing and learning a lot within this last year, so I can't like fully spit everything out the way that I really want to be able to, but the more that I learn and the more that I study, the better that I'm getting with it. Wilhelm Reis was the guy that discovered Orgonite back in the 1930s. He was studying orgone energy and had created a orgone accumulator, which people would sit in and kind of just soak up that energy. He was having results to where people were going into remission from their cancer, and a whole bunch of different like studies and tests were done. He was also studying the human orgasm, and because of the time that he was doing all these things, he was kind of not like looked at as somebody respected or of any type of knowledge, because back then like talking about any type of anything sexual or anything like outside of what was structured then was considered voodoo and crazy. So there was a newspaper article that was posted on him basically calling him crazy, and after that the FDA kind of started going after him. He ended up getting charged and spent the remainder of his life in federal prison. He ended up dying of heart failure. All of his books got burned and destroyed. All of his research papers, everything was gone. Now, thankfully, a lot of his family and colleagues at the time like still had some of his information and the stuff that had already gotten out. So there are ways to like, I just ordered one of his books that I'm really looking forward to getting and learning more about him and what he was actually doing with orgone accumulators. So it's a really interesting story to see how like why would something like that have to be burned and destroyed? It's the same thing as like all of the libraries and all of these sacred places that are destroyed. We are being suppressed information that we should have freedom to know and learn. And it's just frustrating, really frustrating. But the more that like we can connect with each other and the more that we can learn about all of these different things, especially like thanks to the internet and thanks to YouTube, like we're learning more and more, and we're making connections that can help us grow as a society to learn truth. So there are many different benefits of Orgonite. Like I said, it's great for sleep, it's good for plants, it's great for your aura, It's great for transmuting the electromagnetic frequencies from all of the things that are blasting us every moment of every day. Like, it's good to have by your bed or to put on your phone. Like, that's something I'm in the process of working on too. And you could test it out for yourself, like get one of my necklaces or get something. I'm not just promoting my necklace. I'm promoting Orgonite in general and the science behind this tool, because it's a tool. And you could do, it helps with meditation. It can increase, the depth that you could go with meditation as well. Trying to think if I'm missing anything that I had jumbled in my head of the things that I wanted to say. And I don't think I am. If you do have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask me. And again, I am always a student and always learning. So always do your own research. Take everything with a grain of salt and don't take anything personally ever. You always want to do your own research, your own discoveries, find out the things that connect with you. This might not be for everybody because somebody might not fully understand it, but regardless, my pendants are still pretty and they're made with a lot of love. I also do Reiki as well, so I infuse Reiki into all of my pendants. When I'm making them, I set the intention that whoever they belong to find a healing, love, and purpose, and to activate the energy centers within and to spark the fire of self-transformation and discovery and really coming into who you are as a person and learning more about yourself and digging deeper into the history that has been suppressed from us as a civilization. And that's pretty much it. I've got to go and get ready to go to my show tonight. I'm super excited. If you guys are interested in checking out my jewelry, my business name is URI Designs, YOUAREI Designs, and that's on Facebook, Instagram, Etsy. My Facebook personal page is Sarah Christine Ray, and you're welcome to add me on there and send me a message if you have any questions. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Satnam.